everyone, it's Deanna Maurice here. Thank you so much for clicking in to watch this video. Today I'll be sharing with you guys how I put together a Will You Be My Bridesmaid's Proposal Box. Alright guys, so let's get into making this box. First, I got some gift tissue paper that I used to help fill the bottom of the box a bit. After that, I got a piece of scrap fabric that I had at home, but you can use a fat quarter from Joann's or your local fabric store. And I cut the edges with a pinking shear so that it wouldn't fray. And then I just like using fabric on top because it adds a little bit of an elegant touch to it. But it is totally optional. Now onto the top of the box. I got a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper and I used my fingers to kind of score out the lines that I needed. Now that I have my guideline, I can go ahead and get my paper cutter, which I'm going to use to cut down the paper to the size that I need it to be. Now I'm just going to adhere this personalized note that I created. You can adhere it using a glue stick, glue dots, double stick tape, whatever that you have at home will do just fine. I created these labels on Photoshop and then cut them out with my Cricut. However, you could do this on Word and then just go ahead and use the top of your mason jar to pencil it out and use a pair of scissors to cut it out. Place the contents that you would like in your jars. Here I'm just putting in some salted caramel chips. I found this vanilla syrup at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. It was about $3.99 and I thought that this would add a perfect touch to my box. These paper straws here are from Michaels. They come about 100 to a pack for $9.99 and I'm just using a bit of baker's twine to tie them up. These are pretzels bags that I got at my local craft store. And I'm going to just use my K-cups and push them in. It might be a little snug, but that's okay. They'll fit. Then I just tie the top of it with some baker's twine as well. These are some peppermint spoons that I made using a silicone mold from Michaels. Okay, now it's time to make our mug. I designed an image and uploaded it to Cricut Design Space, and that is what is being cut out right now. I'm not going to go into exact detail about how I make my vinyl transfers because I do have a dedicated video for that. This is what it looks like. Isn't it so cute? And this is just a close-up look of the card that I put in the top of the box. And this is another card that I made that says, "Will you be my bridesmaid?" in the shape of a mug. Now it's time to assemble our box. First I placed in my mug, then my hot cocoa, and all of my toppings. the salted caramel, and the vanilla syrup. Now I'm going to tuck my little peppermint spoons over to the side and place my straws down at the bottom. For the finishing touch, I got a piece of satin ribbon and I tied it in a bow. I also cut out the letter S with my Cricut machine, and I put a little hole at the top that I could push some baker's twine through, and then I used that baker's twine to attach it to the bow that I just created. Now I'm going to cut off the excess baker's twine and pull the bow loops a little bit tighter, and that will help to get it right in place. I also clipped my ribbon with pinking shears because that will allow for it not to fray. So the purpose of a bridesmaid proposal box is to show the person how special they are to you, and really just a nice gesture to ask them instead of just saying, will you be my bridesmaids, will you be my wedding? My tips for making one is to stick to a theme. That way you're not all over the place. That way it's easier to focus on exactly what you're going to put in there. Kind of plan out what you want, because sometimes people can go overboard and put too much, and then again you don't want to put too little because you don't want it to look really empty. To personalize your box as much as you can. As in this video, as in the clip before, you saw that I did personalize the mug to say Shauna. But if you cannot do that, or if it is too costly for you, there are definitely other alternatives. For example, I found these cute little mugs, I found this cute little mug here at Christmas Tree Shop, and it was originally $3.99, but it was on clearance for $1. And I actually used these as favors for a bridal shower that I did, and everyone thought that they were so expensive, but I got them on clearance for $1. So there's definitely different ways that you can put your box together without spending an arm and a leg. The next thing is, if you want to do a hot cocoa box, but the person doesn't have a Keurig, you can also pick up a large container of hot cocoa and pour it into a small mason jar like I did for the vanilla and the caramel chips. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you like the idea, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you like my vibe, go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And until next time guys, always remember to have good vibes. Bye.